We're looking at Bugle Call version 4. We're going to break it down into smaller pieces before we start stringing it together, but I'm going to focus on measure 1 and measure 2. The intro, we'll call it measure 1 and measure 2 because it's the first measure, but if you look at the numbers under the measures, they don't match up right now. So just measure 1, measure 2. You did great with this. Third finger is going to slide from 3 to 5, and then just play the rest of the roll. Do it again. All good. It's the next two measures that are a little weird. We're going to use this G shape, right? And we had them circled. I want you to focus on what's in the circle first, okay? So the first circle, we're going to separate the low note before we pinch the next three. So it's 1, 2, all right? Both quarter notes. Then we move everything up 1 fret, and this next part is together, right? Even though there's an open note, it's part of this this position. That's 3 and 4, and move it up again. This time you're only going to play the I and the M. And you move it up again, and you play the same rhythm you did before. And then move it up one more time. Okay, so here it is together. Okay, it's a little wacky, but it sounds pretty cool when you do it fast. It's just fun. So that gets you through measure 3 and 4. Now we're on the official first measure of the piece, right? This is under that big blocked in A. This is where we're going to take our pinky and put on the 8th fret, first finger and put on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. This you're going to hold down all the way to that dotted line we did at the end of the next measure, okay? So with this chord down, you play 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and then you let go. 4, and, okay? One more time, you put the pinky down on 8, first finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and let go. 4, and, all right? Practice that by itself. The next thing is when you jump up to the 15th and 17th fret, okay? Now, they have I and P written for 15 and 16 like this. I know why they did that, because you went from here and moving up, and we're going to use that somewhere else in the song a little later, as you'll see in a second. But for this, actually it's easier. Because you let go at the end of that last measure, it's easier if you just use index and ring finger, if you ask me. So if you use index and ring finger on 15 and 17, you have this. Totally cool. Now, only hard part about this is jumping up to this part and then jumping away from it. So you can do that all day long. Sorry, as I mess up. Awesome. The last measure of that line you could have done months ago. Right? Totally easy. It's the next line that we're going to have to work on stringing this all together. On the third line of the song here, we're going to slide from first fret to 3rd fret of that 2nd string. So you have an open D, and slide. Right? Nothing crazy. Next measure. Put your pinky down on this 3rd fret at the end of that measure. Okay? So looking just at the 2nd measure of that line. Sorry. Pinky. One more time. The only thing that makes this hard is the next thing you're going to do is take just your pinky and move it up from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret. Now keep it there, because the rest of this measure is all with your pinky down on 5. The next thing you're going to do is move that pinky. You don't have to slide it. Just ride that string to the 8th fret. Okay? Where before we had our first finger on the 5th fret, I want you to have it on the 6th fret. So that may take some getting used to. You might want to go pinky on 5, pinky on 8, pinky on 5, pinky on 8, first finger on 6, and see how that goes. Pinky on 5, pinky on 8, first finger on 6. Okay? With this chord down, you're going to play the whole measure and then let go of the pinky on the last beat. That's it. That's all you got to do for this one. Okay? The trick is putting that whole line together. I'll do that one more time. Anyway, stringing it together is the hard part. Yeah, I know it was weird, but it's okay. That was right. If you have any questions, let me know, but for the most part, that should be everything you need to get through this. I think you'll do great, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.